The pre-show, Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. Who you got?
Sasha.
Yeah, we're not even going to argue that. Sasha's winning. Goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire.
That was 2 months ago.
I'm never going to let it go.
Wait, no. It was July.
3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
And it will be there next year. Hopefully.
It's not in the game, you know.
What? That's ridiculous. They shouldn't have that in 2K18. Bullshit.
Well, you can create it, but like...
We need to do it for our July pay-per-view.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, it's...
And it was July, August, September, October. Yep.
Yeah, it was in July.
Good shit.
Moving on.
Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James for the Raw Women's Championship. Who you got and why?
Alexa.
I've also got Alexa.
Because... I mean, it's one of those... I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like, you don't know how to word it, but like, you just know she's winning.
Yeah, it's like, it'd be nice if Mickie won, but like, she just doesn't quite have it.
Well, whilst we're on this, did you hear about Nia?
No, I did not.
You didn't?
No.
Get this. This is hilarious.
Right.
At Raw this past week, she walked out.
Oh, really?
Because, well, this is from what I've heard. Because apparently she's unhappy with creative and she's unhappy with her position in the company and how she's been used.
That's strange.
It's like, you're lucky to even be there. You're not good.
They bill her pretty well, I'd say. I mean, she does get, like, beaten up. Well, not beaten up, but she does get beaten. But she's looked like a monster.
Well, like, I heard that from one place, and apparently Alexa herself in an interview said that she's taking time off to recover from injuries or just to like, like recharge or whatever.
Right.
So I don't really know what the situation with that is.
Strange.
But apparently she walked out. Maybe she didn't necessarily walk out as in storm out. Maybe she was granted a leave. So who knows?
It's a shame. Maybe. Probably not. No, it might be better for the women's division.
I'm not saying I want her to be hurt or whatever, but I'm not going to miss her.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah. We'll go with Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann versus the Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. Who've you got and why?
I'd say probably Cedric and Rich.
I've got Brian and Jack because I am a shitty wrestling fan and I just took off of what I saw the first review. I didn't really pay much attention to this feud.
Yeah, man, to be honest.
It's like 205 Live. I don't watch it. So, I don't know. I don't know. Jack and Brian could do it for one. I don't know.
Oh, one thing that was amazing, and I'll show you the clip of this. It was from Raw this past week, and I don't know what the situation was. I wasn't really paying attention. There was a whole deal with these four. I don't know if it was a singles match with two managers or whatever, but Gallagher was wrestling in a suit.
Oh, yeah.
And Cedric hit him with a lumbar check.
Oh, yeah.
The sell.
Yeah, it was great. I did see the highlight, actually, of that.
He hit him with a lumbar check, and somehow on the bounce up, he flipped over and lands on his stomach.
Yeah. Insane. Jack Gallagher is amazing.
Oh, yeah, he's the best.
We'll go with Asuka versus Emma.
Asuka. Come on.
Yep, not even going to debate that.
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Kalisto champion versus Enzo Amore.
I'm saying Enzo.
I'm also saying Enzo because I think it'd be better if he had the belt and some person like, I don't know, Cedric beat him. And
that's why Cedric may be taking the winning fall.
I was thinking that.
It could be the start of something, maybe not. This is probably just a nothing tag match just to get these guys out there.
Probably.
But I say Enzo because if you think about it, it wasn't exactly under clean circumstances he lost the belt because he had the match won, then Mustafa Ali pulled him at the ring.
Oh, yeah.
And then when he climbed...
He could be next, actually, Mustafa Ali. They seem to be pushing him a bit. They're giving him a bit... You know, like when you give someone a bit too much screen time, it's like you feel like they're pushing them.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Don't know how I'd feel about that because he's the type of guy, he's like a feature guy on 205 Live, he's like, very rarely on Raw.
He's like Jason Jordan in a sense where he's good at what he does, he's just not that very charismatic.
Yeah.
Seems about right. It's not a good place to fall into.
Considering the business, is really not.
Yeah. We then have AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Who we got and why? This is the big unpredictable one because obviously initially it was supposed to be Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt in a Sister Abigail versus the Demon King sort of match.
Yeah.
And Bray Wyatt got the mumps? Is it?
Meningitis.
Yeah, meningitis.
Viral meningitis.
That's what I heard.
Apparently that's what he's got, that's what Roman's got, that's what JoJo's got, and that's what Bo Dallas has.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, it's not looking good for them. So, last minute decision, they've changed it and they're giving away, if you like, Finn Balor and AJ Styles on pay-per-view. Which, not saying I miss the Bray Wyatt, like, Finn Balor, but I'm definitely okay with this.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a slight improvement to the match. No offense, Bray.
I'm going to say Finn.
I'm going to say AJ. Why have you got Finn?
Because...
I think they both get, like, reasonable... Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely arguments on both ends for this. For whoever to go with. I want to say Finn because, I mean, if you're gonna go down the whole brand supremacy thing, it's not gonna look great if a Raw guy loses to a SmackDown guy on a Raw show.
That was what I was thinking.
And not just that, it's just AJ has something to go back to because he's got this mini thing with Jinder starting up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that will escalate after Survivor Series when whatever's left of Jinder.
Yeah.
But Finn doesn't. Well, apparently, whilst AJ is next for Jinder, Finn is next for Brock at the Rumble.
Shit, really? Damn.
Is what I've heard.
Oh my god.
So this could be the start of something.
Mm.
And I figured they had Finn in to win anyway against Bray.
Yeah.
So they're going to change the match, keep the outcome.
Yeah.
But ultimately, no one's going to get hurt from this.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of convinced me, but I'm still going AJ because...
Fair enough.
Like, because I've already said it.
Fair enough.
But the reason I'm thinking is, you mentioned obviously Jinder and AJ have a thing. I'm thinking, as much as I love WWE and how it's so nice of them to give us this amazing match,
And the next match.
it's not going to end in a clean finish, I don't think. I can see this ending in DQ and AJ winning that way. I'm calling a Jinder running. That's my guess, which is a bold statement. It's probably wrong, but
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see an AJ Finn.
I can just imagine
match.
Twitter if that happens.
Oh, I'd be furious. It's
You don't have to worry, but you don't have Twitter.
I don't do Twitter because friends suck. And
Wow. I'll see myself out then. Finish this yourself.
But like, I don't know. It seems too good to be true. It's like AJ versus Finn. Oh my goodness, this seems amazing. But it's like, it's not gonna end this way. I don't think.
So it's completely out of the realms of possibility that maybe the McMahons namely Vince, wanted to right the wrong. He was put in a tough position because two of the main matches of this show. Well, one of them you could argue it was a main match, but
yeah.
Two of the main matches of this show, due to
medical reasons.
Yeah, due to non-extraordinary circumstances.
Yep, out of their hands.
Yeah, completely out of their control. They had to change, and it was two matches that they've been putting a lot of time into on screen.
Yeah.
To build, and just like that, it's gone. So they have to do something to make up for it.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as people, namely JR, like to say Vince is the devil, and he very probably is, devil has a heart. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always looking at it from a business point of view, and it's like, you want to save that match, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a way to protect both people. Finn could be about to win, and then AJ could be about to win and gets tied. I feel like it's ended in chicanery anyway.
Possibly.
Whether it's AJ or Finn that wins, it's, or whether like AJ gets attacked but the ref doesn't see it, it could happen either way. You could also see maybe the club make an appearance.
Possibly. And there's a high chance, if none of that goes down, there's a high chance we could be looking at WWE's match of the year tonight.
That's a good point, actually. It's just a singles match. It could just be the best technical wrestling match from WWE this year, I'd say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
I think it was Hell in a Cell. The Usos versus New Day, they put on a great show.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be tough to top that. But
I would say, correct me if I'm missing something out here, I would say prior to Hell in a Cell, WWE's best match this year was very possibly Gallagher and Neville at Fastlane, the Cruiserweight match.
I don't remember that much. I think it was pretty good from my vague memories. I think it was not a really good one at WrestleMania. Who did Styles take on?
Shane. That was a good match.
I think that was probably my favourite. Yeah, that was probably my favourite. Weird background noise.
And main event?
Main event. It was originally scheduled to be the Shield, the reunion of the Shield between Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and they were supposed to take on The Bar, The Miz, Kane, and Braun Strowman. However, Roman Reigns, of course, we mentioned earlier, has come down with meningitis. So, in order to replace him, WWE have thrown Kurt Angle, who hasn't wrestled in, was it 7 years?
With WWE?
WWE, yeah.
11.
We're not talking about TNA.
11.
11 years. So yeah, he's back in the ring. Who have you got and why? It's a 5-on-3 handicap match and a TLC
I've got the 3.
I've got the 5. Because I don't know why.
Do you want me to tell you why I've got the 3?
Yep, prove me completely wrong.
Put it this way. Miz is very full of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's very egotistical. He's going to see himself as the boss.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine Strowman taking a mouthing off from Miz? Get him.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to tell me what to do? Boom. Reverse chokeslam. Power slam through a table.
Yeah.
Chokeslam through a ladder.
Yeah, it seems like a good enough reason.
I don't know how it's going to happen. Strowman's not staying with that team. I'm not saying he's going to go with the other team, but he's sure as hell not staying with that team.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's a matter of when, not if.
Yeah, and the Bar might not stick with the Miz either.
Yeah, and not just that. I've heard rumblings this is way out there, so far off base.
Yeah.
And it could be so inconsequential beyond tonight.
Yeah.
I've heard about the possibilities of a split in the Miztourage. Over a disgruntled Curtis Axel.
Oh yeah.
Because he wasn't chosen. He wasn't trusted to be in the team.
That makes sense. It could happen. Yeah, I feel stupid now for picking these five.
I don't play games.
Yeah. I think if it was Roman Reigns in there, I would have picked the 3.
Yes.
Because Strowman would have done it. I don't know why. I just...
Either way, it was always the 3 for me.
Yeah, I'm wrong. I know I am. But I've chosen the 5, so hopefully they'll come through for me. Come on, Miz. Let's go, Team Miz.
He was having a daughter.
Is he?
Yeah, he did this big gender reveal video with Maris.
Gender reveal? Oh, right, okay. Right, yeah. I thought his son had come out bisexual or something like that. No, I know what you mean. Okay.
So is that it?
So this is a forfeit for this. We just came up with. There's 7 matches on the card. Whoever loses has to buy the other person the amount of drinks correspondent to the amount of matches they got right. So if you get 6 right and I get 4 right, I have to buy you 6 drinks.
Seems fair enough. You just know it's going to be gotten because it's going to come down to 1.
It's going to come down to 1.
And then that one person's going to... I have no problem buying you drinks, however. But you just know it's going to be...
I've already committed to it. I'm buying you drinks, I'm guessing. I don't really have any reasons for picking the teams I did, so...
and you understand right now you're 2-0.
2-0. I know.
For these things.
I know. I've currently lost the past 2.
Well, actually, last time it was unfortunate on your end. It was down to a technicality.
Yeah. It was something I knew in advance, but I probably should have told you. But
Well, technically you didn't know because it wasn't
it wasn't announced. I had an idea.
Yeah, like you had an idea, but you didn't actually know.
We ended up drawn, but because Sandy didn't know about the triple threat United States Championship match at Hell in a Cell being a triple threat, he would have changed his mind, obviously. Because AJ Styles would have gone over Corbin, but me knowing that Ty was going to be in the match, I thought Corbin was going over. So
Which he did by pinning Ty, which
Yes.
I would have predicted as you predicted.
yeah, because that is predictable.
Yes.
The first one we did, it's up on our channel. I completely fucked it. I got all three wrong.
Language.
Sorry, I completely fudged it. Censorship. But yeah, that's our predictions for TLC 2017. I should get the thing out.
Got to be reminded.
And we're good. So WWE TLC. First off, welcome to our channel. Thank you for listening to this and all that shenanigans. I'm tired. Shenanigans. WWE TLC 2017. What do you reckon of pay-per-view?
It was good.
Give me a mic a bit closer. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was fun, actually. Just funny.
It was, yeah.
It was funny.
I kind of miss the old concept of TLC, the pay-per-view, where every match had something involving either tables or ladders or chairs or all three.
Really? You missed the Eric Rowan Big Show stairs match?
Listen.
Do you want to redact that last statement?
Well, to be fair, that was brought in after... They only done... it was only for the first 2 years when they done something where every match involved something. Okay, look, 2014 was not a great year.
Big Red. You know, he doesn't like bullies.
Well, let's be fair. That was a one-match show in 2014.
Yeah.
Ziggler Harper ladder match, IC title.
That was great.
Harper almost snapped his arm and died in like the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We'll start with the pre-show. We didn't watch the pre-show.
No, we never do.
Because why would we? It was Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. 11-minute match, and Sasha Banks won.
11 minutes, wow.
Sasha Banks won by submission, so I'm guessing that was a bank statement. We then had...
That was a Boston Crab.
A Boston Crab. A single-leg Boston Crab.
Well, she's from Boston.
Oh, yeah. Pay homage to homage.
Even though they're in like Minnesota, it would make no sense.
A Minnesota Boston Crab.
A Raw Minnesotan pay-per-view without the champion, Minnesota's own Brock Lesnar.
That's just like a dick move, I think. Come on now.
It's like, we could have had Lesnar here tonight, but no, we got him at Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire.
But, moving on.
We then had Asuka make her WWE pay-per-view debut on the main roster. We also had Emma make her WWE pay-per-view singles debut.
I was going to say.
That was a fact that Michael Cole brought up. Apparently it was the first pay-per-view match that Emma had competed in. It was a singles match.
Yeah.
Which is just ridiculous. I don't understand how you don't use Emma in a singles match.
Craig, she's been on the main roster for 3 years.
3 years, and it's her first pay-per-view
singles match.
Gee, that's wrong. No surprises here. Asuka won. And the match itself, they kind of lacked a bit of chemistry at the start, but it was a decent match.
I thought it was good. It wasn't as good as their match in NXT in London a few years ago, but it was alright.
Yeah, a couple of communication problems here and there, but it was a fine match, and it was definitely the right place for the card. Stick on first, show the fans how good Asuka is, and then move on to the next match.
Yes.
Which was Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann, who took on Jack Gallagher and the Brian Kendrick.
Another good match.
Yep, we differed on this one, as you'll probably already heard. I fucked up so bad, as I always do. I don't think I'm ever going to win one of these.
No, you're not. I will forever own you.
And also...
Don't test me when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
Don't test me.
And for the record, it will be 7 drinks I owe you. Because it was 7 matches protected and you get 7 right. Because I lost, I owe you 7 drinks. So, yeah. Anyway, this tag match.
I loved the finish.
It was great.
Because if I remember correctly, Kendrick had the Sakatoshi, or the Captain's Hook, locked on Cedric. Rich breaks it up with the Phoenix Splash.
That was nice.
Then Gallagher comes in, attempts something on Rich. Rich hits a Rich kick. Then Gallagher hits possibly the most vicious headbutt I've ever... the most vicious headbutt I've heard short of Katsuyori Shibata. He killed a man.
Yep.
Well, he killed a man and knocked himself out.
Yep. Now both concussed for life.
Yes. CTE issues everywhere in this match. Then Kendrick got hit with a lumbar check and was pinned.
Yep. Seems like the smart decision. I feel like, obviously after the match happens, I feel stupid for predicting that Jack and Brian would win, because of course Cedric would get the pinfall, because he's now probably going to move on to take on the Cruiserweight champion. We'll get to that later. The match only lasted 8 minutes. That's interesting. I think it was the shortest match in the night, actually.
Probably.
It was, actually. So
even shorter than the extra match?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
By 50 seconds. This is based on Wikipedia, so it could be wrong. But we then had Alexa Bliss, who was the Raw Women's Champion, taking on Mickie James.
Interesting promo from Alexa before the match.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not going to get in. Do you wish to get into it?
I can't remember, to be honest. It's slipped my mind. It was she called her old, didn't she?
No, not that part.
Oh no, I don't remember. No.
Complimented a certain body part.
Oh yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a strange insult. Have you ever been told about your biscuit butt?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. I think
I've literally never heard that.
It's like one of those things where it's like, ooh, that's some shade, but I don't quite understand why it's shade.
Literally never heard that terminology before in my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up right now because is it an insult? I don't get what it means.
The match was good though. I liked the match. It was very well done, I'd say.
Oh yeah, it was a good match. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. There's a strange spot where Mickie actually slapped Alexa's biscuit butt. I mean, I like the actual concept of like Alexa being this young champion and Mickie the older person, if you like.
The veteran.
The veteran, yeah. It was a nice dynamic, and it actually had me invested in the match. And of course, Alexa won. Biscuit butt means a small but lifted butt, cute and in shape. You could tell she was in shape because of her biscuit butt. That is the Urban Dictionary definition for y'all. There you go. You learn something new every day on this channel.
It doesn't really seem like an insult, but okay.
Yeah, biscuit butt. Maybe implying that her butt is enhanced, I think is what she was implying.
I never even heard the initial promo, so...
Yeah, so... Yeah. That was that anyway. So Alexa Bliss is still champion.
Yes.
I guess talking about the future then, I guess it's likely to be Alexa versus Asuka soon enough. Maybe a bit too soon for Asuka, but...
I wouldn't say straight away for Asuka, maybe Royal Rumble time.
Yeah.
Between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, Asuka will get her shot and Asuka will get her title.
Yeah. So Alexa will stay alive for a couple more months yet.
Is there anyone else for her to face?
I don't think so. They might do a thing with Nia again.
What if Nia comes back?
Oh yeah, of course, because Nia has supposedly walked out.
Walked out, granted a leave of absence. I don't know the full story. I've heard stuff. So Alexa's had the thing with Bailey, which we don't really need to relive. She had the thing with Alexa, which was slightly better, but again, we don't need to relive that. And actually, try to think, did they have a good match?
Nia versus Alexa.
No, Alexa and Sasha.
Oh, I think it was good. It was just...
I remember they had the count-out finish.
I think there was another one after that was really good.
Possibly.
They did have a good match, I think.
I can't remember. And then she had faced essentially every female on the on Raw and won at No Mercy.
Yeah.
So I don't really know in terms of baby faces other than Asuka who else there is.
Yeah, in terms I guess for Alexa there's not really many people to go up against. We could see a rematch with Mickie I could see them just doing that on Raw for the hell of it.
Possibly, yeah.
But maybe Asuka is probably next in line. I think like there's definitely a lot of options for Asuka in terms of people to face.
For Asuka, yeah, because she's new. There's not people she's never worked with before, but actually that's a road to venture down in terms of number one contendership. Asuka versus Sasha.
Yeah, that would be quite interesting. I don't really want to see Sasha take on Alexa again. Seen that a few times now.
Well, you're suggesting that Sasha would have a chance of winning
Oh yeah, of course.
against Asuka?
Yeah, true. Asuka would kill her. I could see Asuka taking on Alexa somewhere down the line and Alexa retaining, actually.
Really?
I could see that for chicanery. Like, easily taking a count out.
Oh, okay. We'll throw that. Okay, yeah, throw that.
I don't see Asuka getting beaten as such. I don't know. I don't see Asuka getting beaten on like a roll up or anything. I think that'd be poor booking. I can definitely see this being dragged out though.
Imagine Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 38 with an O'Connor roll.
An O'Connor roll. That would, that guy with that reaction just, oh my god. Yeah, I think that's the plan, at least for Asuka. Then, of course, we had Enzo Amore versus Kalisto. I know you hate Enzo. I like Enzo. Enzo is the new Cruiserweight champion. He's now a 2-time Cruiserweight champion.
This was a dumb finish.
It
was a dumb finish.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Because...
Well, would you rather have Enzo go over clean?
Not that, but come up with another dirty finish.
Oh, right, yeah, then the same one, I guess. Like the
not just that. Why was the referee calling for Kalisto to break when they were in the middle of the ring?
Yeah, you mentioned this earlier.
And you said for rope break, Enzo never touched the ropes. He was grabbing onto the apron.
I think if you're under the ropes, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you did make the point, like, if Triangle had an ankle lock on it and then they touched the ropes, if you pull them away, it's not still a rope break because they're no longer there. I think
that's the part. If Enzo grabbed onto the ropes or was still under the ropes and the referee called for a break, then they went into the same finish. Fair enough. But Kalisto dragged him literally to the middle of the ring. And then the referee calls for a break.
Yeah. I mean, at least it was an actual finish, I guess. A finisher, if you know what I mean, rather than just a roll-up.
Oh yeah, soul food.
Soul food. I mean, he did hit the DQT beforehand.
Oh yeah, then Kalisto kicked out.
I don't know. I think Enzo, obviously we mentioned Cedric, I got the pin on Brian earlier.
Yes.
So it's probably Cedric versus Enzo next.
What I was going to bring up, and what I can bring up now, I think I know why they're leading. Well, this probably isn't the main reason, but there may be someone backstage who would love to see this, or just loves the thought of it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's pretty evident Enzo's very good at getting killed.
Yes.
I bet there's at least one person backstage who would love to see Enzo take the lumbar check.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that would be quite fun to see. I don't think he'd sell it as well as Brian Kendrick.
Or Lindsay Dorado when he landed on his neck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that probably... I could see that being fun.
Or Candice LeRae when she bumped 4 feet in the air.
Yeah. That's indie stuff, though.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if they're going straight to that, or... Well, I'd imagine Kalisto gets a rematch, but that will probably be tomorrow or Tuesday on 205 Live.
They're really, like, talking about the whole Enzo thing, they're really trying to push him as a heel, and it's... I think, like, as a... I would consider us both smarts, obviously.
Yes.
Me less so than you, especially based on my predictions. But Enzo Amore, like, to me, and probably you as well, it's like, it's painfully obvious how much they're trying to push him as a heel. Because it was obviously at a certain point where he just sort of turned, if you like.
Yeah.
And he started attacking the crowd. And it just feels... And I don't dislike him. I find him quite fine. His wrestling is good enough, I'd say. I think there are better people in the Cruiserweight division.
Yes.
I think his promos... He's probably got the best promo skills, apart from a couple of people in the Cruiserweight division. You do have Jack Gallagher. You have Jack Gallagher. Did have Neville. Did.
I don't really know what's going on with him right now. I've heard different stories, but obviously until something's confirmed, you never really know.
Yeah.
See, thing with Enzo is, I worried for him after the split with Cass, because I know he's a small guy. At the time, he wasn't very well liked backstage, and he's not a great wrestler. He's like okay, sure, but he's not great.
Yeah.
So like you kind of have to be concerned, because he has something.
Yeah.
That means he belongs in wrestling.
He's got the charisma.
Yeah, he's got charisma. He's got the mic skills.
Which, for the record, that's something you can't teach. You can't teach charisma at people. You can like put people in the right direction, but I think Roman Reigns is a great example. You can push him as much as you want, but it has to come from him.
Yeah, and so I like worried for him, because I figured like he's got all these things going against him that I could easily see him getting released. And then all these things he does bring is floundered away. And that was kind of backed up after his promo before his match with Big Cass.
Yeah.
Was that Great Balls of Fire?
I think it was Great Balls of Fire.
I think so, yeah. When he mentioned Frank Sinatra and all this stuff, I can't remember the full thing.
That was such a great promo.
Yeah, it was an awesome promo. But then... I forgot where I'm going with this. Then I'm trying to think when it was where it kind of turned, and it's like, you know what, I kind of see the locker room's point. He's kind of annoying. I think it might have been just after he went to the Cruiserweight division, but before he won the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when he was taunting Neville and stuff like that. I think the Cruiserweight division, like, in terms of, like, if you look at what was next for Enzo, it was definitely a good move. He was getting beaten up by Big Show, or he wasn't getting beaten up by Big Show, but by Big Cass.
Yes.
This has definitely been a good move for him. He's relevant, and he's making 205. I wouldn't say so much relevant, but he's making it interesting.
See, that's the thing. Because for the longest time, the Cruiserweight division has essentially been a one-man division, in the sense of there's only been consistently one guy that most people have cared about, and that was Neville.
Yeah.
And, like, sure, there was supporting guys. Like, for a while at the start of the year, people cared about Gallagher.
And TJP and Rich Swann.
And
they had their runs.
And Austin Aries.
Yeah, he was a big one.
Yeah. But it was consistently Neville since he returned last December and turned heel.
Yeah.
But now you can't really build a brand around one person.
Yeah, you really can't. I think with Neville it was fine because Neville had a legitimate reason of being at the top.
Yes.
He was a great performer, and he would come up against people like Akira Tozawa, TGP, all that sort of people, and he would win, but it would be after having a great match.
Yes.
The problem with Enzo is that having him as the champion makes everyone else look so bad. It makes them seem like, as much as you can do all this flippy, crazy stuff, you can do a handspring in Zagiri, that's great and all, but if I poke you in the eye and then hit you with a soul food,
it can beat you.
Yeah.
I don't have to try. I just have. It's the whole ideology of I don't have to work harder than you. I just have to work smarter than you.
Yeah. And that gimmick can work fine, but it's just, I don't know, it's just looking at Enzo, especially with how he was built with Big Cass and Big Cass destroyed him. It's like they really don't give the small guys much of a chance, do they?
Not just that, the whole concept behind this revitalization of the Cruiserweights last summer was that it was going to be a different style than everyone else was doing. You were going to see all these flips and dives and this fast-paced stuff and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Then, so it was basically going to be so on the main roster, you have wrestlers and you have entertainers.
Yeah.
And whereas in the Cruiserweights, because 90% of them, 100% of them were picked from the independent scene.
Yeah.
it was going to be straight wrestling,
Yeah.
but they threw an entertainer
Mm-hmm.
in with the wrestlers, and he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. There's also the fact that some of the wrestlers in the 205 division are entertainers. For example, Jack Gallagher.
Well, yes.
But that was different. He can wrestle.
Yes.
Remember the thing with Ariya Daivari with the umbrella with William?
Oh, yes.
That was great. That was funny.
Yes.
But
yes, the Tea Party.
Yeah.
On 205 Live.
It was a good wrestling match though. With Enzo, it's just he doesn't fit in. He's not a flippy person.
No, and that like if you don't do flips and stuff, that's fine. If you're like a good technician or whatever, like Drew Gulak, that's fine. Enzo's not a good technician.
He's just charisma.
He's not a good brawler. He doesn't do flips. He doesn't do dives. He can talk.
I don't know if it was Dave Meltzer or Brian Alvarez that said this, but they said that something about the 205 division, it is like the pinnacle of the glass ceiling. There is no way that one of these people from 205 is going to transition from there and become an IC champion, I don't think. Do you look at the 205 division and think this guy could be world champion or intercontinental champion?
I see a lot of mid-card champions in there.
Mm.
I don't know if they're, with the exception of Neville and Aries, there hasn't been anyone where I've looked at and thought I can easily and believably see them as a world champion in 2 years' time. But there's been some guys I've seen and I figured, oh, they could be IC champ or they could be US champ. I figure if they want to kind of save themselves, put on weight.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to go about it. We were doing a 2K18 Universe mode. We were doing a draft earlier. We're going to be uploading episodes like that later on. But we did a draft earlier, and none of us wanted to pick Brock Lesnar because we did not know how to book him. In the sense of we didn't know like if to put him champion, because it's a case of if we play as Brock Lesnar, we can't have him lose.
No.
He has to win every match.
Yes.
So we didn't want to draft him because it's like, well, we have to keep with this gimmick, right? And that's what WWE is. It's this idea of having the big guys do great stuff, like Braun Strowman. I'll get to that later, but like Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, they're the big guys and they dominate the yard, if you like.
Yes.
That's what it's about. So when you throw in people and you specifically target them as being under 205 pounds and look how fast and flippy they are, it's like, it doesn't work when you're looking at someone that's 384 pounds.
Yes.
You can't see someone like TJP legitimately going to be able to tap out Braun Strowman.
No, because that's the thing, because I believe, who is it? It might be Jack Gallagher. He weighs under 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So, if you were to co-mix the cruiserweights in the main roster, the standard division, if you will, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And you look from the top to the bottom, there's roughly £100 or so weight discrepancy between Jack Gallagher and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Because Brock weighs in right now about 295, and Gallagher's 180 something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you don't even have to look at the numbers. Like, you can see aesthetically, it's very, very clear.
Yeah, it's very clear that Brock Lesnar would destroy Jack Gallagher.
I'm pretty sure Brock Lesnar's bicep veins are bigger than Jack Gallagher's forearms.
I wouldn't be surprised if that were true. To be the next match after that.
Well, actually, I believe you've missed one part out.
Never. What?
I can't remember which part this went. I don't know if this was after the first or second match, but we had multiple appearances from Elias.
Oh yeah, of course. I do remember this.
And he, so Elias kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if he might have been announced in the pre-show. Again, we didn't watch. But he was sitting. He was playing his guitar. And he started singing something about Minnesota. I couldn't really hear him. There was a lot of booze. So he was like, oh, well, I guess I'm just going to have to restart now because you were so rude and interrupted me.
Yeah.
So he started playing again. And we've seen this green thing fly out of nowhere and hit him in the face. And we figured, just a fan's throwing something, like, whatever.
I did initially spotted that it was like someone spotted had thrown it.
Yeah, I seen that as well. I seen, like, someone over his shoulder,
Yeah.
like, going like this, and then this green plant thing hits him in the face. And it's like, what the hell? And when they continued it, I figured, was that supposed to suggest that a fan threw that? Like, this is how much heat this guy's getting? Like,
Yeah.
the fans are throwing stuff at him or whatever.
Mm.
And then a bunch of other greenery gets thrown at his direction.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where I seen a stick of celery. I was like, okay, now, hold on a minute.
This is getting ridiculous.
And then, of course, the camera pans out and there's...
I'd like to think, though, that, like, after the third piece of celery, I like how it's at that point, like, the Elias has to go, right, okay, what's going on here? Like, would you not look at the first piece of vegetable and think, what the actual hell was that, and then look over?
Yeah, and then there's Jason Jordan with it looks like he just came back from a trip to Aldi with a trolley full of vegetables.
Didn't pay for carrier bags, so just had them all in the trolley.
Oh no, time's tough. He can't afford that 5p.
Yeah, a banana as well, which I don't know if anyone else have picked up on this. Because I'm super racist, I was like, really? Jason Jordan eating a banana? That seems racist. I don't know why. Just want to throw that out there. But I don't know why that happened. I think it was because the show was... I think they were running short. But I mean, like, they didn't have enough time to fill the gaps.
I have one question. Mm-hmm. If they're running short for time, sure they can have these things with Elias and stuff, but but instead of constantly having these things with Elias throughout the night, why the hell did Drew Gulak not get to present his PowerPoint?
I know, what the hell? We've been waiting for so long for this PowerPoint.
There is no justice out there.
It's ridiculous.
His time will come, and then you will all be sorry.
But before that, Jason Jordan must throw another 4 sticks of celery. That needs to be his new gimmick. He just needs to go about throwing vegetables, people. That will get him heat. Like, throwing, like the New Day come out, it's like burritos and stuff like that, and Jason Jordan's like, no, that's high in sugar. Eat your celery, kids. And they throw it.
Just throwing stalks of parsley like a child.
Like throwing Brussels sprouts at people. Throw them at Byron. I'd be fine with that, to be fair.
Brings out a bag of frozen peas. High in protein, kids.
That happened several times throughout the show because...
Like 4 times, I think.
I think it was 3 times. And
it
was on the 3rd time that they then had a match.
Oh, it was on the 3rd time, okay.
I'll go quickly back because I did actually miss something from the Cruiserweight thing. We were talking about Enzo probably going to take on Cedric.
Yeah.
There's probably also going to be a rivalry quickly between Mustafa Ali and Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
I mentioned this earlier because it seems like they're building Mustafa Ali, and I said this to Sandeep, it's like, you know when you give someone a little bit too much screen time, it's like they seem like they're developing a character. That's what Mustafa Ali's currently got.
Yeah, and it would make sense based off of how Enzo lost the title on Raw.
Yeah.
With Ali pulling Enzo out. How that was a babyface move, I don't know, because if I recall correctly, Enzo used a fair maneuver to get into that pinning position. It wasn't as if like there was a low blow.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking wrong?
No, I think you're right. I don't think you would have low-blowed him or anything like that.
Okay.
It's sort of like Reigns or Jason Jordan sort of face. It's like, oh, I'm so, like, I don't know, what's the word?
I have integrity. I stand up for what's right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm so, like, cool, look at me, I do heel stuff, but I'm a face, like, that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean, but yeah, so they might have Mustafa Ali take on Enzo first, and then have Cedric at the Rumble or something like that, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But the next match after that was Finn Balor and AJ Styles.
Ah, the saviour.
This was a great match.
Yet again resulted in a death at the end.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Literally the coup de grace.
But before that, You again we differed, but you instantly knew you screwed up when you heard the heartbeat
Yeah.
for Finn's intro.
Again, it's like I don't know why I just decide to choose wrong all the time because I picked AJ Styles to win this match. Me being the smart man, thinking the Jinder AJ Styles, Jinder's gonna come in, he's gonna hit AJ and it'll be DQ. They'd never give away this match on pay-per-view. No, they wouldn't. No, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
And it was a sick freaking match.
It was a great match, and I'm pretty happy, to be honest. It was great. But as soon as I heard Finn's theme, I thought to myself, wait a minute, they're gonna have a Demon King come out. And it's like, Demon King doesn't lose on pay-per-view.
No.
I fucked this up so bad. Why would they have the Raw person lose on a Raw show? I've done screwed this up.
Yeah, you did.
I'm so bad at predictions.
Finn was sporting some new paint, which I bet will already be up on community creations for 2K18.
Yeah, probably will be.
Because people work fast.
Yeah, Jesus.
Again, this was a good match. There was a lot of back and forth technical stuff at the beginning, just straight wrestling. That's all you need.
Yeah. Some great reversals. I just loved them as well. And
yeah.
I'd happily watch another match of that. And it was just a great match. There was no promo needed or anything like that. As much as I wanted a promo, you didn't need a promo for this.
No.
It's AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. This is a marquee match.
They essentially they threw them out there cold, if you will. There was no story, no build. It was just two guys going out there having a match.
Yeah.
And that's what I guess in a sense there was a story in of itself because
there's a sort of hardcore smarky story.
Well, yeah, from Japan where Finn essentially created Bullet Club and where he left off, AJ took over.
Yeah. Which they did sort of mention. They referenced it. They didn't say Bullet Club on there, but they did reference it.
One of my favourite sequences from this match, I don't know how much this will get talked about, but they exchanged teases of the Bloody Sunday or 1916, if you will.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. It was great. It was a great match.
And the finish was AJ goes for a springboard 450, misses, Finn hits the shotgun dropkick into a corner, then hits possibly the stiffest double foot stomp. He stuck him in the gut.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have been annoyed if AJ had kicked out of that, actually. I think it was just stiff as hell.
And I posed a question to you. I'm not saying I wanted this to happen. Obviously, I didn't want this to happen, but it's just I don't know how it didn't happen. How a 200-pound man can fall from that distance and land with his full weight on your stomach and you don't throw up.
Yeah. I don't know, to be honest. I've never taken a coup de grace. And I don't think I really want to, considering how Finn Balor just did that one.
Well, yeah. Or how he did it on Rusev when he debuted on Raw.
Oh, yeah. Right to the cojones. Happy Rusev Day.
Hashtag Rusev.
Hashtag Rusev. Oh, that's a new thing as well, apparently.
On the SmackDown house show loop, Rusev's been teaming up with the Usos wearing the tracksuits, bottoms, wearing the down since day one-ish shirts, but they're wearing the bandanas, and apparently he now goes by Usev.
Usev.
So
day one is match car. I want to see a chant from that in SmackDown. Just ooh Sev, ooh Sev.
I would not be mad if they had a 6-man tag on SmackDown. Usos and Rusev against
New Day or something.
Who's the contenders now? Is it Gable and Benjamin?
Gable and Jordan. Gable and Benjamin.
Yeah, Gable and Benjamin and whoever Rusev's against. Does he still have that thing going with Orton or is that dead now?
It's probably still going on, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, whoever Rusev has a thing going on with, then...
For no.
Yeah. Do a 6-man tag, have Rusev come out as Usev.
Yeah, Usev. Jesus. I think, the match was great though, Styles, Finn Balor.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
There's nothing really much to say, so go watch it.
Match of the night, would you
say? Yes, I'd say so. I did like the Cruiserweight tag team match.
Yeah, but this was better.
I think this one was better. It was so smooth, and you could tell they had so much chemistry.
Yeah,
working together was great.
It's insane, not just because of how good they were, but just in general I guess like their paths never crossed or whatever, but they've never faced each other before.
Yeah, this is the first time.
Yeah.
And it was great. And the crowd knew that as well, which you have to give credit to the crowd. Like, if this is like, I don't know, a market crowd and they don't understand why this is a big thing, they might get into it because of how good it actually is, but when you know going into this, like, oh, they're from New Japan and they did build a club, it just adds that bit more to the match.
Yeah, there was This Is Awesome chants before the match started, and
Too sweet.
Yeah, those two sweet chants, and then at the very end, Finn helped AJ up. They exchanged a too sweet in the ring, which got a huge pop.
Yeah.
And there was no sighting of the club, surprisingly.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting them to arrive. Possibly in the future, though. Maybe the club will start up.
Maybe, yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. But until then, we'll need to wait to such a 5 series to see them back in action.
Well, if they get booked.
If they get booked. I hope they get booked. I'd like to think they get booked.
Wait, the club? Are you talking the club here?
And the club, I meant Balor and Styles. Because they're going to be on other teams, aren't they?
From what I've heard, from what I understand, Survivor Series again this year is going to be Raw versus SmackDown as it was last year, which is great.
Yeah.
And it is my understanding that Finn and AJ are going to be on opposing teams for the big Survivor Series tag match.
So that'll be fun to see.
Yes.
Afterwards, we then had Elias, who'd been interrupted for the third time in a match with Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan won, I think. He did. I think he did.
Well, he did win, but it was just like an odd finish because it was the suplex countered into the roll up.
It was a nice roll up. It was a nice counter, but it took too long to get the pin.
Yeah.
Because they didn't quite settle, and then the ref was a bit. I wouldn't say slow, but it was maybe just didn't settle. And
it's ironic because you say there the ref was slow, yet at first Booker was complaining of a fast count somehow.
Yeah.
Because that made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like that was supposed to be finished, but maybe it was a case of right, time's up, like sort of thing.
Either that or possibly they need something for both these guys to do, so they thought, oh, let's do a questionable finish on pay-per-view, and that'll give them a reason to gripe.
Yeah.
On Raw.
Yeah.
Because, can't get enough of Jason Jordan versus Elias Samson.
That match was actually longer than Kalisto, Enzo, Amore, and also the Cruiserweight tag match.
That hurts.
Yeah, they were given 50 more seconds, and then 5 more seconds were in that match.
See, I don't care about it being longer than Enzo's match, because any match should be longer than Enzo's match.
Yeah.
But the tag match, come on now.
I know. I feel like the tag match, though, it was just great. It was well paced, so I feel like you put more onto it and you're starting to take away from the gimmick that is 205 Live.
Well, I guess.
But that's that. We then had the main event. Which was originally supposed to be The Shield, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose versus The Bar, The Miz, Kane, and Braun Strowman, but Roman Reigns came down with meningitis.
Yes.
So he was replaced by Kurt Angle.
There was a fun pointer to open before things even got started. So earlier in the night there was a backstage segment with Rollins, Ambrose, and Kurt, where Kurt was just kind of getting prepped in his locker room, and he was approached by Rollins and Ambrose, and they mentioned that they didn't want to talk strategy or whatever, and they had a gift for him and presented him with a Kevlar vest. A Kevlar vest which he proceeded to wear through the crowd into the ring because he went full shield mode. Mode.
He went full shield. He went full gimmick with this.
Yeah, he went all in.
It was strangely amazing, is what the word that I would go with.
Yes, it was. I guess they didn't want to give the full Kurt Angle return away, considering how short term, how quickly planned this was.
Yeah.
Like it was like a last minute decision.
Yeah.
But the people wanted Kurt Angle. They gave them Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
People wanted the Shield. They gave them the Shield. They combined them.
Yep. And it was fantastic.
It also has taken you 5 years to figure that Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta stands for Shield.
Yep. I only noticed it when someone had wrote it on a sign with the eyes of Kurt Angle, which I also didn't get at one point. But they'd written it down Sierra Hotel, and I was like, oh, that spells out Shield. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, considering that's been the intro for their song.
Yeah,
it didn't.
It didn't
They've got it printed on the back of their shirts.
Yeah, I'm a very casual smark. I'm very bad
Kurt
at
Angle's had his 3 eyes since 2000.
Yeah, I didn't really watch back then. I can get a pass for that, I think. I think the Shield is pretty bad, though.
Well, yeah, that is pretty bad. And even with Kurt Angle, it's not as if he stopped using that stuff when he left WWE. I'm pretty sure he continued using it through TNA. And even if you didn't watch TNA, like, if you know who Kurt Angle is, you know the 3 eyes.
Well, I'm stupid. So.
Yeah, you are.
Because I also thought that the 5-on-3, I thought the 5 would win. I was wrong.
Oh, of course you were.
Which, of course, I realised when you said, I think it was earlier in the predictions, you said earlier, oh, Braun Strowman will turn. And it's like, shit, yep, that makes absolute sense. Yeah. I've done fucked it.
And not just that. Think about it this way. They're obviously not going to have Kurt Angle eat the fall. And they're not going to have any of the tag champs eat the fall.
Yeah. Which, again, I was like, oh, I forgot they're tag champs. And I'm like, oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah. I'm not good at this.
You're really not.
I will win the next one, hopefully. Which one is it? Survivor Series.
Survivor Series next month.
I could win that. Maybe. Maybe. It's a joint one. Maybe more unpredictable ones.
Possibly, yeah.
But the actual match, Kurt Angle didn't do much in terms of anything, I guess, compared to Rollins and Ambrose.
Well, yeah.
It was mainly chair shots.
But then again, you have these 2 indie guys who like to try and kill themselves.
Which, speaking of, Seth Rollins may have hurt his knee. I can't tell if he had hurt his knee, but he did. He jumped off a ladder for a table onto Braun Strowman. He jumped on Braun Strowman.
Yeah, Rollins was on Strowman, Ambrose was on Kane.
So, both did big splashes, and Rollins looked like he hit his knee on the sort of side of the table.
I don't know if he was selling. I'd imagine the referee didn't throw up the X, and he was able to finish the match like without missing a beat. So I'd assume he was just selling.
Yeah.
It was very believable selling because I was worried.
Yeah, Michael Cole was also worried.
Yes,
it made me worried.
Yes, but no one cares about Michael Cole.
No one cares about Mago. Kurt threw a couple Germans.
Yeah.
At some point.
Was that before or after he got?
That was before. Was it?
Oh
no,
yeah,
it was after.
I remember he hit the triple. Before. He hit the triple Germans on Miz, hit a German on Sheamus, hit a German on Cesaro. Then they probably
Kane came in.
Yes, he tried to hit the German on Kane, got cut off. Went for the ankle lock on Kane, but got cut off again by Braun. Then was power slammed through a table.
The cleanest table break of the match.
Yeah. Yes. Another man almost died, which I will get to in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't carted away because there was no stretcher, but he was carried away by the referees.
So of course we both knew he would come back.
Yes. Then it was just a beatdown with no pin attempts whatsoever.
Yep. Also no moves. They just Irish whipped them into the corner constantly.
Yes.
That's how you wear an opponent down. That's classic wrestling.
It was just essentially they would, with the 2 that was left, they would either throw them into something or they'd hit them with something, a weapon, not a move. And then they wouldn't pin them, they would just kind of stand around and laugh.
Did they even attempt a pin? I think they attempted one pin throughout the whole match. And it was on Rollins later on. And Ambrose broke up.
Yeah, that was one. You could probably count on one hand the amount of pinfall attempts they tried in that whole match. The heels, that is.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't do that many, I don't think. I remember they tried to put, I want to say it was Ambrose, the double high cross.
Yeah, it was Ambrose. They need to stop doing this move.
It's not, they don't do it very well.
No.
And it's not that they don't do it very well, it's just not a good move to do as a double move.
No, it's not, no.
Because you're relying, the whole point of like the high cross is that you have, if it's a single move, you have control of both their arms.
Yeah.
So you're able to control when you gradually sort of throw them down.
Yeah.
When you have 2 people doing it, you have to have insane sync to be able to do that.
Yeah, the Young Bucks could pull it off. Because not this the type of move they would do, but when you look at their timing and their precisiveness with half the stuff they do...
They've been doing this for years.
Yeah, because they're freaking brothers.
Yeah.
These guys have been doing has been a team for about a year now, just under a year.
Yeah.
And sure, they've clicked together very well, but this is next level stuff.
Yeah.
A level ahead of where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple levels ahead of where they are.
Yeah.
So, it's like, we get you're strong, we get Sheamus does the Celtic Cross.
Yeah.
You just don't need to do it together.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. And they threw him on the table and the table did not break.
The table leg snapped.
Yeah.
But the table itself did not.
Which
Ambrose just kind of splatted.
Yeah, which is what stopped them from doing it a second time. Which
Yes.
was probably for the better.
But then they set it up in the corner and Braun kind of Beal tossed Ambrose through the bottom part of the table where like maybe the last quarter of it snapped.
Yeah.
That looked like it sucked.
I think if you'd have thrown him any less force, it may not have broken again.
Yeah, it might have been a repeat of Sasha Banks at Hell in a Cell last year.
Oh, yeah.
We just kind of splat then ragdoll down it.
Yeah. I think afterwards they dragged them up because this was... The Miz had cut a promo before the match saying that they were going to take out the trash.
Yes.
They then proceeded to get an actual trash dumpster van, I don't know, garbage truck, that would be the word. Yeah. I'm good at promos.
Dumpster van,
dumpster fire. Yeah. They got that, it reversed in, they were going to throw them there. Of course they reversed.
Yeah, and then there was some brawling on the stage. Then Kane...
This was before, in the ring, the Shield, Rollins and Ambrose tried to make a bit of a comeback. Kane, I think it was Rollins with the chair. Rollins ducked out of the way and hit Strowman in the back. And this is, of course, what sparked the whole, they're going to turn on each other. Yeah. Strowman pushed Kane. And that's what led to what happened later on.
Well, that was not what I was going to mention, but I'm glad you rewinded to that. You can continue that thought in a moment. But what I was going to say is, Kane hit a double chokeslam on Rollins and Ambrose to a table. Once again, Ambrose was not on the best end of this. And he cracked the back of his head off the edge of another table. Yeah. He looked to be bleeding. I'm not sure if he was or not. But this was a bad night to be Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, it was not fun for him. Back to the Kane point.
Yes.
Kane attacked Strowman sort of out of nowhere. And chokeslammed him. I don't really know what to say what through or onto. It was just before the announce table. And I don't know, it broke, so whatever. And then Strowman sort of like hand out of the grave sort of style on Kane's foot. Kane dragged down all the chairs.
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen that spot before?
I think I've seen it once. I want to say Cena.
Yes.
Cena Kane?
No.
I have no idea. I know John Cena did it once.
Yeah, it was from...
John Cena, Randy Orton.
No.
Damn it.
Although to be fair, when Cena did it, it was probably safer. It was at TLC 2010 against Wade Barrett.
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, when Cena done it to Wade Barrett, he placed this trolley deal over him. So that when the chairs came down, they hit the trolley.
Yeah.
Braun had no protection. There was, to be fair, there was less chairs, but less protection. There was none.
Yeah. There was a bit of fear in the sense though, because like the camera, it's one of those things where like when you throw someone sort of off a stage, and by God, you throw them onto like the floor or something like that. It's obviously you don't see that there's like padding or stuff like that. I think it was one of those situations the camera never panned down to Strowman to see where the chairs actually hit.
Yeah.
They very well may not have hit him at all, and he just sort of placed them all over.
Oh, that is possible. That is highly possible.
Because then I think it was about a minute and a half later they then showed Strowman, of course, covered in chairs.
Yes.
Kane then walked back round.
And apparently it was just gonna. That was just standard business as usual. Went back to beating up Dean Ambrose.
Who, like, they'd been getting up quite regularly, and then for some reason when Kane went to do his spot with Strowman, he'd been dead for like 5 hours. Don't quite understand that. But anyway, they went back to that. I think it was then they did the double chokeslam. I think it was then after Braun.
Very well, mate. I mean,
they then, again, this is the thing. If you look too much into it, you'll confuse yourself as to why the Miz, the Bar, and Kane had decided to put Ambrose and Rollins. They were going to put them back in the garbage truck. The only problem is it's like you can't pin them anywhere else except the ring, so
Yeah.
kind of defeating the purpose of this. And that's where, like, as a fan, you have to then be like, right, why are they doing this? Okay, I'm guessing they're going to get Kurt from the back and they'll pin him. Seems a bit over the top, though, so.
And also, I don't know if anyone would be smart enough to... What I say is smart enough, that would be a stupid plan of... That whole idea was stupid in of itself.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But...
Wrestling's stupid.
Well, yes, it is. It's very stupid.
It's like the first rule of wrestling. Wrestling's stupid.
Yes.
So they did that. I can't remember what happened. I think they fought out of it. Strowman came back. That's what happened.
Yes.
Because by God, Strowman was buried. How did he come back?
Yeah, they were about to throw them in the truck. Then they heard a rumbling of chairs, and they looked all the way over the other side of the stage.
Kane looked confused as hell.
Yeah.
Excuse the pun.
Then. Then they see a wild Braun. Emerge from the rubble, from this carnage. He staggered his way across the stage. He threw Miz into the screen. Punched Sheamus, punched Cesaro. Then he had not a pull apart, but he had a mini brawl with Kane.
And then, of course, numbers game caught up to Braun as they all turned on him.
Yes.
They then proceeded to put him in the garbage truck, which was fine. Couldn't take him away. It's cool, taking it to trash, hello. Then they pushed the button, which, compacts the trash, which I'm pretty sure was murder. This isn't the first time that Braun's been murdered.
It is not, no.
Which I don't quite get why. That's a strange thing.
I guarantee before Survivor Series, Braun will not only have turned up in a garbage truck, he will flip a garbage truck on Raw.
Flip a garbage truck. Of course he will. But that was Braun out of it then.
Yes.
So Kane...
Not out of the match, out of life. He's dead.
Out of life. He is dead.
Deceased.
Braun. Rip Adam 33 Country Strong. We then had the bar. The bar. Miz and Kane. They took Ambrose and Rollins back. The ring. Did a couple moves and then... Kurt Angle's music is hit.
Yes.
What a shocker. He's back. Back with the shield vest. Hit Cesaro with an overhead throw suplex. Don't really know the professional term for it.
Overhead throw, belly to belly toss, whatever.
Something like that. Then hit Sheamus with a sort of slow looking angle slam. Then hit Cesaro with a much better looking angle slam.
Yeah, high angle Olympic slam, I guess you could put it.
Yep.
It was... I'll just go with a high angle Olympic slam.
Through a table
by the wall.
He then... I think Miz had ducked out the way. And then he took on Kane.
Yes.
And Kane clotheslined him. Kane went for the choke slam. No, he didn't.
Tombstone.
Went for the tombstone. And then it was Ambrose and Rollins that came back in. Saved him.
Beat him with a chair.
I think... What did they do? What happened to Kane?
What did happen again?
I cannot remember. He's not putting the ankle lock. I feel like he was.
Oh no, they beat Kane with a chair, Kane rolled to the outside, then Ambrose and Rollins with a double spear through the barricade.
Oh yeah, and that's what took Kane out. Whilst Ambrose and Rollins were kind of out, Miz looked to sneak up behind Kurt Angle. He hit him with the skull crushing finale, to which we had our heart in our mouths thinking, oh shit,
yeah,
Miz is going to pick Kurt Angle. And he kicked out at 2.89 something.
Yes, very, very close call.
Then Miz broke a rule of wrestling. You never go for the same move twice. He went for the same move twice and then get caught in an ankle lock. Miz rolled out, kicked Angle away.
Yeah.
And then...
Miz was surrounded by the hounds.
The hounds of justice.
He then got hit with the ripcord knee. He got hit with Dirty Deeds. He got hurt with an Olympic slam. Then they hit the shield bomb.
And then he pinned him.
That was the finish.
And that was that. And the crowd went home happy.
Yes.
A good pay-per-view, I'd say.
Very good. Looking back on it now.
Yeah. It was fun as well. And the thing is, there was no dodgy book. I mean, you can argue Enzo Kalisto wasn't great.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like, we've seen that before.
To be fair, anything involving Enzo Amore that doesn't involve a microphone is going to be contested as dodgy.
Yeah. Apart from that, everything was fine, I'd say.
And one thing I mentioned during the last match. Maybe it's a little late to bring this up now, but whatever. I mentioned about how badly Braun and Kane were getting beat up with chairs. And that's the thing with being a big guy in WWE. There's a chance Vince is going to like you and push you to the moon simply because you're big. But in that same sense, you have to be prepared for the smaller guys to beat the crap out of you any chance they get.
Yeah.
And because you're a big guy, you'll be expected to take it and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. You will take a lot of steel chair shots.
Yes.
Based on the main event, what are the plans for everyone going forward?
So,
for the Shield,
I'd have figured...
just Rollins and Ambrose.
I'd have figured, had plans not changed the way they... Not plans, but like the way that things changed tonight.
Yeah.
Because like their hands was forced. I'd have assumed they would have done the same finish, but obviously with Reigns instead of Kurt.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been a different match because I don't think they would have taken Reigns out for 10 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, that wouldn't have made any sense.
But I feel they would have said, oh, Reigns has defeated the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
They maybe do a title match sometime on Raw between now and Survivor Series. And thus, maybe Reigns gets the belt.
And has another title to his name, yeah.
That obviously didn't happen because of viral meningitis.
Yep.
Kurt took the fall. Nothing will be coming of this. Kurt does not want the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I guess he doesn't. He probably wouldn't.
I
don't think Kurt will go after the belt. I think Kurt
goes back to being a manager until WrestleMania.
Yeah.
As for... I don't know who else there is in the tag division.
Yeah,
there's
not really anyone there, is there?
It wasn't as if there was anyone on tonight's show that was elevated enough to the point where you could see them move on to that.
Yeah, it may just be another Bar versus Shield feud, I guess.
I think they might do one throwaway match on... Not a throwaway, but like just one more match on Raw. Just
when Reigns is healed, they may give the Shield versus Miz Taraj. That might be the match. Cesaro and Sheamus.
Possibly, yeah. Finn just kind of... Well, not if you're going to the whole car, like what's next for everyone.
May as well.
Finn, after Survivor Series, he just kind of does something randomly through the December show, which is... I want to say
Roadblock.
I think Raw's December show is Roadblock.
Yeah.
Does something randomly from Survivor Series to Roadblock. Then, from what I've heard from Roadblock, it's a go. The Demon versus the Beast at the Rumble.
Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor.
Yeah, for the Universal Belt. Tags, again, I have no idea. Intercontinental title, no idea. I would say it's probably going to end up being Reigns anyway somehow once he's cured.
Yeah.
But I don't know how serious viral meningitis is, so who knows how long that's going to be.
Yeah.
Or even how severe his case is.
Yeah.
But for the women's title, we kind of spoke about that earlier.
Yeah.
It's seemingly Asuka.
But Alexa.
But you'd think maybe there's like one person in between.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Do you reckon there's anything? Do you reckon Creative got anything planned for Jason Jordan or Elias?
They're just gonna have them probably do a bunch of matches. I would say exchange wins, but I don't see Jordan losing. So they're gonna have a bunch of matches on Raw. The matches are gonna be okay. Jordan's gonna win every time. Unless at one point Elias snaps and just gives him the old Jeff Jarrett El Kabong with a guitar. But I don't know what the hell they're doing with him.
Yeah, I feel like the Raw roster is a bit shortchanged sometimes.
Put it this way: when you look at tonight's show and you look at Hell in a Cell, with SmackDown after their pay-per-view, it was a lot clearer where everyone was going afterwards.
Yeah.
Whereas tonight, it's kind of you're kind of unsure. Maybe things would have been a tad clearer had things not happened the way they did with this illness.
Yeah.
But even then, that only clears up.
Not many. It clears up a couple. I think for Raw, like with SmackDown Hell in a Cell, afterwards it was a case of this person's probably going to go do this, and this is going to do this. But
Yeah.
with this pay-per-view at TLC, it's a case of we've got options open. We have a general idea, like for example, Asuka, she's probably going to face either more opponents before she takes on Alexa, or she's going to take on Alexa. You have options there. I think for the Miz, it's a bit concerning. He doesn't really have an opponent. Is Samoa Joe out injured at the moment?
I think he's very nearing health. Like he's almost ready to come back.
Right.
If not already healed up.
I'm not suggesting he goes for an IC run. He could do, but like it wouldn't make any sense. Joe versus Miz.
Nah, heel versus heel
Doesn't really work.
Well, I guess when you look at Joe's character, like sure he's a heel, but he's not the type to buddy up with other heels.
Yeah,
he's just gonna he'll kill a man.
He'll do what he needs to do.
Yeah, but again, I don't. To your point, I don't necessarily see that being the way they go with him.
Yeah, I think just in general, it was a good pay-per-view, but I think definitely a lot of questions need an answer tomorrow night, I reckon. And I think we'll get an answer actually between Brock Lesnar and Jinder.
Well, it's pretty obvious with that. The fact that they've even acknowledged it on television, you know what the answer's going to be.
Yeah, Brock's going to say yeah. And even if he says no, there's going to be a match. And Brock should win. If Brock doesn't win...
Oh, Brock's winning.
I always just say just in case, because... Yeah.
Put it this way. Look at their pay rates.
Brock's winning.
Yes.
Yeah, Brock is definitely winning. There's no way Brock would agree to have Jinder go over.
No, because Brock has creative control, so he decides who he beats and who he loses to. He agreed to lose to Goldberg because it made sense financially for him, because they could build to that big WrestleMania match and get that big payday, which he did.
And that win, of course.
Yes, and that win, and the title. So, I'm not saying he dictates, in the sense of he says, I'm not losing to this guy, or he just goes in and say, I don't care what you say, I'm beating this guy. Maybe creative comes up with the idea of, oh, this is what happening, and he'll like it, so he'll go.
Yeah.
Like, he's not necessarily going to go against whatever they say.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I can't imagine him agreeing to...
Lose to Jinder, unless he's paid an absolute shit ton.
He would probably have to get sold half the company's stock
Yeah.
to agree to something like
You
that.
have to become new owner of WWE, right?
Yeah, because... And it's not just because, like, there's no money in Jinder.
Yeah.
It's not as if, like, you can get a big financial return out of this.
Yeah.
Out of a return match.
I think AJ Styles, is he taking on Jinder? Or what's plans for him before we finish up?
I think they're going to have something up until Survivor Series, maybe. Based on last week, you'd think that. But
I think you mentioned, this was back in the Hell in a Cell paper. I think, was it Hell in a Cell that Jinder was on? He was on, because you mentioned how Hell in a Cell, Jinder was going to go into the India tour as a 2-time champion.
oh, yeah.
Do you reckon AJ is winning against Jinder and then Jinder's winning it back, or before they go to India?
Possibly. Maybe it was just a typo.
Maybe.
We're looking too much into this. Maybe it was just...
Do you reckon they do the unbelievable and have him lose to AJ and him beat Brock Lesnar and that's him a 2-time champion? God, I hope not.
No. Because you notice in how this match to be, if you will, is being billed as a non-title match
Against Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so it's
Well,
not.
I guess it has to be,
It's
isn't
not
it?
title for title.
Yeah.
It's booked as non-title.
Yeah.
So in the tours in early December, I believe. So I think he cuts promos, beats randomers, gets killed, goes
To India.
back to India.
Reincarnate.
And I'd be very surprised if he leaves this year as the champion.
Yeah, I don't see him. I don't even see him making it to WrestleMania in that sort of spot that he's in.
No, absolutely not.
He's gonna be like Battle Royal or IC belt or something.
I'd say back to Andre the Giant Battle Royal participant by WrestleMania time.
He may win it, to be fair, this year.
But look what happened with Mojo when he won it.
Yep, Mojo's done fuck all.
Yeah, exactly. When was the last time Mojo was on TV?
He was on the pre-show for Hell in a Cell, so that's something. Probably gonna
Was
break. He was, because he took on Benjamin and Gale.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Stay hype. But do you reckon this was better than Hell in a Cell? Asking the tough questions here.
See, it's weird because both shows had that one match that stole the show.
Yeah.
And they also had the main event that was as awesome as much as it was just a spectacle. Oh.
I think personally, I give it to TLC. I reckon Hell in a Cell had the better star match in New Day. Well, I don't know. I did like Styles Balor. I think it was quite even, but it's the fact of Nakamura is still not champion. Natalya is still champion. That's pretty much.
I would say overall this was a better show overall.
Yeah.
Because the women's matches on this show were far better than Natalya with her chair shot getting the DQ win over Charlotte.
Oh.
And
oh my god.
And Jinder with his little minions.
Yeah, it's just it was I think what I'd call this pay-per-view was a safe pay-per-view in terms of you didn't make any like rash decisions. You didn't have Asuka lose. You didn't make any decision like that. It was a safe pay-per-view and it was fine, I reckon.
Yeah, there was really nothing of consequence.
Yep, I don't see anything wrong that's happened.
No.
I wouldn't argue with any of the results.
You say it's safe, which I agree with. And even then, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
If you don't know where you're going, play it safe.
Yeah.
Don't risk something and realise it after the fact, oh no, I've screwed up.
Yeah. Play it safe, especially since Survivor Series coming up.
Yeah.
Play it safe for them, save superstars, and see what happens in the next pay-per-view.
I learned something interesting, that I think it was Cole pointed out on commentary, that for Survivor Series weekend, they've got 4 shows in one building. Takeover on Saturday, Survivor Series Sunday, Raw Monday, SmackDown Tuesday. And credit, I have to give all the freaking credit and wish all the luck in the world to whoever WWE's production team is, considering for Takeover they need to build up 2 rings.
Yeah.
And a cage that covers 2 rings.
Yeah.
And they need to get rid of the cage and of the second ring and fix the barricades and whatnot.
Yeah.
For Sunday night.
Yep, they better be getting paid extra, I reckon, for that.
Unless they just do 2 rings for Survivor Series, because why the hell not?
Yeah, what? No. I don't know.
No, that's not happening.
No, just pay the producer extra. But anyway, is that done? Anything else want to say now before we have to wait our 2 weeks for our amazing reviews?
It's longer than 2 weeks.
3 weeks?
For Survivor Series.
4 weeks? 5 weeks?
I'll check the date.
Got that.
But yeah, I'm done.
Okay, we're done. Thank you very much for listening to our review. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, do all that crazy stuff. Cringy shit. Yep. We're going to have 2K17 gameplay. No, sorry, 2K18 gameplay. Soon enough. We're doing a universe mode. I'm doing SmackDown Live, you're doing Raw.
Yes.
We've drafted all the superstars. I'm sure we can do something to show you all the superstars, like a file. I don't know, but we're going to be doing that soon enough. Getting mics, getting set up, and it will be great fun, hopefully.
Probably.
Probably, maybe. But until then, we shall see you in the next one.